members of the Vanua, our senior staff from Ministry of Waterways and Environment, Agriculture, PA, Mandronga, not forgetting our mothers who have been working hard to prepare tea for us downstairs in the Bula. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me begin by thanking the members of the Vanua here for the traditional welcome that you have accorded to us and our team. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today for several reasons. Under the ambit of the International Day for Rivers, International Day for Action for Rivers. First of all, this is a dedicated day. Of course, it was yesterday, but yesterday is a Tango Day, so we are observing it today. It's a day dedicated by the United Nations to observe the importance of rivers to our community. You all know, you all are situated or located around the river here. Everyone in this country knows how important rivers, waterways are to our livelihood, are to our community, are to our economy, are to our agriculture sector. Our life is intertwined with rivers. That is why people in those days settled around rivers and coastal area. Because our livelihood, our lifestyle, our culture, our tradition are intertwined with the waterways, the rivers or coastal area. That's why you see that most of the communities, the villages are located alongside the riverway, the waterway coming down from upstream, or they are located around coastal area because their lifestyle, their culture, their tradition, their livelihood depends on waterways. If that's true, if that's how important waterways is, then it's our obligation, it's our duty, our fiduciary duty to protect the waterways, to look after the waterways, to build resilience amongst our waterways so that future generations can also benefit from the waterways like we do. Our waterways, for small developing countries, waterways are used for transportation. There are communities upstream which use the waterways to come downstream, to bring their produce, to come to the market, to come to the schools, hospital for medical treatment. Our children use waterways to go to school. Our waterways are a source of food for our community. Waterways is a source of livelihood. They wash their clothes. They get water for consumption, water for agriculture. So, for the Pacific Island countries, for small developing countries, the waterways is not separating communities. Waterways is linking communities. Waterways is linking a community to infrastructure, to resources, to institutions. So we see our waterways as basically, we should see waterways as our link and our opportunity, our transportation to prosperity. But if you see, over the last 2 decades, I would say, that people have neglected our waterways. There are some people, for their own selfish gains, they are putting chemicals in the waterways to catch fish or prawns. They are not bothered about the future generations, whether they will be able to get prawns or fish from there because of the damage that this chemical that they are putting in the waterways will cause. The people who are throwing up in the catchment logging activities and they're throwing the off-cut timber in the waterways. It comes downstream, clogs up, damages the infrastructure, crossings, bridges. During flooding, you'll find this debris on the floodplains, on someone's backyard, or someone's front yard, someone's farms. We see people not following the good agricultural practices espoused by Ministry of Agriculture and resulting in a lot of good topsoil coming to the waterways and coming downstream. Not only we are losing the topsoil, but it also comes down and fills up our waterways, reduces its discharge capacity, and therefore we will see frequent flooding. People downstream are asking us to do regular dredging, but that's not the solution. We are trying our best to do desilt or dredge rivers or desilt rivers or waterways or creeks, but for how long are we going to continue to do that? We need to deal with the problem upstream in the catchment where people are doing unsustainable agriculture practices, which is resulting in the silt coming down to the waterways. People are destabilizing the banks of the river. Because of the destabilization of the banks of the river, our rivers are scouring off. There is riverbank erosion. And we have lost large tracts of arable land because of riverbank erosion. Here, Nabua, Valley Road, Sigatoka, Ba, Reva River, to some extent. But Ba, Nabua, Sigatoka River, massive amount of riverbank erosion has taken place, or is taking place now currently. We are racing against time to protect these banks of the rivers. We are racing against time. So far, over the last 18 months, we have done 30 rivers in the Central Division, 29 rivers in the Western Division, and 10 in the Northern Division by planting vetiver grass to secure and stabilize the banks of the rivers. But there's no end to it, because we are not taking pride in protecting our rivers. Only when the riverbank erosion comes closer to your backyard or your road or your farm, then people start calling us saying that we need to do something. But we are saying, we're making a plea to every village, every community in this country, that you must take ownership of the river that you have in your community, in your village, alongside your farmland. We are willing to provide you with free planting material, vetiver grass, and I suggest that you start planting vetiver to stabilize the rivers that you have. Nature is taking its toll. Climate is changing, and due to climate change is having an impact on our rivers. And we are asking that we use nature itself to provide a solution to a problem created by nature. And the vetiver grass stabilization program that we have, bank stabilization program that we have, is a sustainable solution. It is cheap, and it is a solution within our means to carry out. Anyone can carry it out. It does not require any technical skills. We cannot afford to undertake hardcore engineering structural works. Not only is it very expensive, but it's also not sustainable. We have seen the structural walls that was created in Ba River behind Botua Village, and a few other places have been washed away. So we are making a plea to every community in the country that Ministry of Waterways and Environment has established 3 vetiver grass nurseries one in Nendi, one in Nosori, one in Lambasa. Material. Any community who needs planting material, we're willing to provide free, we'll deliver it to your place, but we want the community to use their own village labor to plant and stabilize the banks of the river. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a critical issue. We are racing against time, and we need to get serious and real about it and mobilize the labor that we have to protect our banks. I want to thank the community here today for willing to partner with us to undertake this bank stabilization program. Our staff, Isikeli, is responsible for this program. He has done an excellent job, and it's a pleasure to be here today. And I do hope that communities around Fiji will today, this week, and other Talanoa sessions, so any village meeting they'll have, or church, or Ramnomi, or whatever religious ceremony they have. After that, they spend some time talking about how nature is affecting their lifestyle, their resources, and what they can do to protect themselves from the threats created by nature. It's very important. The day today dedicated as International Day for Action for Rivers is a day dedicated for everyone to discuss, talk, and come up with some concrete measures to protect their community, their village, their road, their bridges, their infrastructure. There are places where schools are threatened by riverbank erosion. If someone is traveling in Cornivia Road, Nakai Congo Primary School, the Nakai Congo Primary School is in danger of being, basically the building falling into the Cornivia River. So, Baulevu, Savani, there are a number of places where our roads are being threatened, schools are being threatened, bridges are being threatened by riverbank erosion. We have to take ownership. We cannot just sit back and say that someone from somewhere will come and do it. We are happy to assist. We are happy to provide any technical knowledge. We are happy to provide planting material. All we need is you to dedicate a couple of days, mobilize your staff to protect the riverbank. Now there may be cases where the riverbank is not eroding now. The riverbank is not getting washed away now. But that doesn't mean you don't protect the bank now. I suggest you plant vetiver, at least 3 rows along the riverbank, so that in future there's no threat from any heavy volume of water that will come down the waterway. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today, and I want to thank PS Wycliffe and Isekeli and the Western Division Waterways staff for supporting Isekeli to do the stabilization work here. And we look forward to you protecting that place until it grows big and the rooting system takes strong hold of the bank soil. So thank you very much, and I look forward to having a Talanoa with you. Happy International Day for Action for Rivers. Thank you. Camera.
Pull it down. Cámara. Ya. Una cuadra. Satu dong.